Okay, so this video is probably going to get a lot of hate because my opinions are probably not with the majority of people's. I think that technical indicators are complete trash, that you should probably never use them. I mean, there are occasions where you can, but to found a trading strategy around them is just completely stupid. And you might have short-term profits, but over the long term, you're going to get crushed. So I'm going to go over some of the most popular of technical indicators and kind of give my reasons for why I think they're so bad and why they're so unprofitable. So the first one we're going to look at is the stochastics. This is when it looks, I mean, this looks great. I even use the stochastics sometimes, right? I mean, it's so, it can find the bottom of a stock so perfectly sometimes, especially when the stock market is volatile, it goes up and down a lot. You can make so much money off of this, right? And you can just pause the video and look at every time that it turns green, right? This is a buy signal. It's almost at a perfect bottom, and every time it's a red, it's almost at a perfect top. And it uses oversold and undersold principles, right? It goes on the idea that the market goes into oversold territories, right? This is when you buy, and it goes into undersold territories, and that's where you sell. But the problem is sometimes the market does not go with this principle of oversold and undersold. Sometimes it enters conditions where I call the momentum condition, where the stock market or a stock or something goes in one direction and follows that direction, follows that trend. And you can see here, there's a million buy signals, and they're all horrible. They're all false signals, and this would have lost you a lot of money if you followed the stochastic system completely. So another one is the MACD. This is, well, it does have some aspects of the undersold and oversold principle, but it only works in momentum-based markets, right? Or condition when the market is momentum-based. And you can see sometimes this strategy gives you amazing profits, but when the market goes flat, right, where it goes up and down a lot, you have a lot of small losses, as you can see right here in the middle. And here's a little profit, like a back run of the strategy with MACD, and you can see it's not great. Sometimes it does have profit, like from 100 to 150 here, but typically it just loses you money. And so here's another one, the price crossing moving average. This is, I mean, this looks perfect as well. You can look at the graph. It looks, the green shows a buy, and red is just when you have a short position. And it looks great, right? There's a lot of really fantastic profits here. But again, right, and this strategy worked perfectly in recent times, but there have been times where the market have not conformed to this momentum ideology, right? This is a very momentum-based strategy. And the market changes. The market constantly changes. Sometimes it will adhere to the strategy of oversold and undersold, right? But sometimes it's momentum-based. And you can see here, this is a very even strategy, I think, over the long run. But you can see there's times where it's been horrendous, and sometimes it's been fantastic. So this strategy is, it's when it works, it looks perfect. That's with every technical indicator. If they're well designed, right? Because these are all, they were all designed to be sold, right? These technical indicators were not produced by hedge funds. They were produced by guys who sold to the hedge funds. So they have to look good at some point, right? Otherwise, they're not going to be sold. And most of these were sold to hedge funds. So whenever they do work, they look beautiful. They look amazing. You wanna pay $1 million for them. But when they don't, they look real. They're very ugly. So And here's another one, RSI, very popular strategy. It looks great here. This is a oversold and undersold principled strategy. And this one also, it goes based on how the market does. This is, I think, off natural gas. With SPY, it's even worse than this. Well, this was actually pretty good, but you can see this is not an ideal profit chart in any way. It just goes up and down based on how the market is acting, the condition of the market. And because the market constantly changes, the technical indicators go from profitable to unprofitable, right? And the problem is you can never determine if the market is going to change from a momentum style, market to oversold and undersold principles market, right? So, and you have to remember, these technical indicators they're just mathematical equations. If there's millions of computers on Wall Street every day looking for something profitable, and if there was something in the past that is profitable, these computers would have traded them so much that they would have turned the profit into nothing. The profits would have vanished over the last 10 years. And so if you have a strategy, you have to make sure that it cannot be replicated by a computer, right? My strategy, there's no way a computer, there is, I guess, a way, but a computer cannot, I don't think, you have to find something that a computer cannot replicate. It's that simple. So yeah, and the second point, the market changes, and when the market changes, most people cannot adapt and they lose a lot of money if they use technical indicators. And this is a very simple drawing I made. On the left-hand side, it shows when momentum-based technical indicators work fantastically. And on the right, it shows when they fail and completely die, and when the oversold and undersold technical indicators make a lot of money. And the market goes in cycles. It goes from momentum principles to oversold, undersold principles, and it's almost impossible to predict when these things will change.